Hi there. Welcome to Apple World Pornography. Isn't simply sexual that term really connects with torment, and after have work for him, you realize puff you think he am to all that this is for them underground mother, that like it genuine filthy and like it hard delay that was an insane one. What I doing from that point onward, the uncovering Diddy time began fans have considering happened to Diddy's aide Fonzworth Bentley Well reports, as of late surface that Fonzworth needed to get away. Why from Diddy similar as Cassie did, and it was purportedly Kanye West who assisted him with leaving Fonzworth turned into a short-term media sensation back in the mid-2000s as Diddy's own right hand anyway, as per Jaguar Wright Fonzworth, was really Diddy's courtesan. What do you think Diddy? And Fonzworth Bentley's genuine relationship was mistress now Cassie referenced in her claim that Diddy had an associate who assisted him with setting up those oddity offs with male laborers and a many individuals. Wolves are currently contemplating whether that his colleague was Fonzworth, and afterward different sources are saying Fonzworth was additionally a casualty since Diddy purportedly dealt with him like his slave. So what truly happened to Fonzworth, Bentley, and might he at any point be the following individual to follow a claim against Diddy? We should get into it. His name ain't Buster Reels who gave you the epithet. Tony Darrow, really Puff's kid exposed of all individuals who worked intimately with Diddy over the course of the years. Fonzworth Bentley presumably has the most insane stories since he went through years in Diddy's vicinity, and he was there during both the Kim Dorman and Sierra. Around then, individuals thought Diddy was simply being capricious by having a collaborator chase after him with an umbrella anyway. Jaguar Wright clearly accepts this was some sort of embarrassment custom since Diddy and Fonzworth had an expert-mistress relationship. Everyone realizes that I think what everyone is struggling with getting a handle on is the means by which that entire situation might have likely gone down. Yet, the thing is, it was the way quick he vanished. To give you some context, Fonzworth came into Diddy's life when Diddy was going through a significant PR emergency in 2001. Diddy, who was then known as Puff Daddy, was vindicated of firearm ownership and payoff charges in an exceptionally broadcasted preliminary connected with a 1,999 club shooting. Diddy was frantic for a fresh start, so he chose to rebrand himself as P. Diddy, and later that equivalent year, Diddy ventured out in sand figure of speech with this strongly dressed man holding an extravagant white umbrella that evidently cost $700. This image worked up a ton of public interest on the grounds that nobody knew who the Umbrella Man was or where he came from, and keeping in mind that certain individuals found it entertaining, others couldn't resist the opportunity to feel awkward, and they blamed Diddy for embarrassing this man in public. At long last, Fonzworth chose to put any misinformation to rest on Angela Y's public broadcast and uncovered that his genuine name was Derek Watkins and that Diddy's partner, Tony Darrow, gave him his new name. Fonzworth said he met Diddy after he moved from Atlanta to New York and began organizing. One day, he haphazardly moved toward Diddy in a club, keeping in mind that Diddy had previously overlooked him. They, in the end, traded numbers, and Fonzworth messaged Diddy, basically beseeching him for a task. Before you know it, I just got the page. Do you recall the person that went from Howard College, the understudy with Andre Harrell? I'm that person in 2001. Please don't make me go back to chip away on Monday. At the eatery, he answered, come to 1396 3rd Road. In a real sense, I began that day preparing as his colleague. The rest is history after Diddy employed him. Fonzworth showed up on Diddy's MTV show, Making the Band, and that is when individuals began getting much more awkward with this game plan. Currently, it's exceptionally difficult to track down all episodes of Making the Band nowadays, and for reasons unknown, MTV wouldn't show reruns anyway. You can, in any case, discover a few clips of Fonzworth on the show, like this time Diddy compromised with him via telephone. Hi, hello, what up? I nodded off when I awakened the entire house was spotless, very much like I inquired for it to be. Nevertheless, I got a note here from Babs. She broke out and went to Brooklyn. It's take you completely excessively lengthy to recount to a story. This is your concern now. Amazing. Good fortune to you. When I arrive, all that should be right on track. Fans who are mature enough to recollect while Making the Band first circulated have additionally said they recollect how Diddy abused D. Fonzworth on camera, and afterward there's additionally the way that Fonzworth told Angela Yee that Diddy was scarcely paying him for his work. I was earning substantial sums of money in the eatery huge business. That is great, however that is gracious, like $100,000 better believe it. That is very great, right? No doubt New York. and in those days, 98 appreciated, which is a huge load of cash. Wow, that's a phase. Better believe it, like, no doubt, 900. I was getting along admirably, so, and he wasn't paying that much, not a chance by any means anyway. Fonzworth immediately rectified himself, saying that Diddy wasn't paying him at first anyway. As his position developed, he began procuring more, not at first, however. You get your hustle, and afterward, you get it in any case yet. See authoritatively, Fonzworth's position never transformed. He was constantly alluded to similarly as Diddy's collaborator, and therefore individuals are presently hypothesizing that Fonzworth began bringing in cash by assisting Diddy with organizing those oddity-off meetings in her claim. Cassie said that Diddy had associates who assisted him in orchestrating experiences with male laborers by setting up the in-suites with Child Oil and Astral Coast. Currently, Diddy's guardian, Jeanin, has said he accepts Cassie's claim was redacted to eliminate the parts about Diddy taking a functioning part in these oddities in the meantime. One more meeting with Gene surfaced where he said he knows all of Fonzworth's business worth. Really is down here in Atlanta. He's hitched with like 2 children. He simply carries on with a calm life now. However, better believe it, he ought to no doubt think it would be advisable for him. He doesn't express anything about me either because he realizes I know his business. You know his business? I know his business, and afterward, on top of that, Gene likewise, as of late, uncovered Diddy supposedly broke his ex Kim Watchman's nose on a yacht since she got him with a man on a similar yacht. She got her nose broken on that someone was doing something to him when they strolled in the room, and it caused a showdown now. This article, distributed in August 2005, says that Kim was left with a wrecked nose after the couple contended on Kim's yacht and sand figure of speech. So in 2005, Fonzworth was all the while functioning as Diddy's collaborator, and we realized Diddy frequently took Fonzworth to saying, so there's a ton of hypotheses now that Kim got Diddy in an oddity off with Fonzworth anyway. It was close to this time that Fonzworth began cutting away for himself in the music business, and Kanye West gave him his enormous open door. Fonzworth first showed up in a few outsider recordings, and he likewise made an appearance in Kanye's video for the new exercise plan. In 2013, Kanye welcomed him to deal with his collection. Hughes and Fonzworth are credited as musicians on tracks. He likewise later helped produce the track Ultralight Shaft from Kanye's 2016 collection, The Existence of Pablo Yet C. Diddy purportedly couldn't tolerate seeing Fonzworth become free, and rumors from far and wide suggest that he debased his profession, really prohibiting him from the business anyway. The word on the road is that Fonzworth credits Kanye for assisting him with moving away from Diddy, while Kanye most likely didn't have the foggiest idea what was happening in the background. Expressed that Kanye generally had an uncomfortable outlook on the manner in which Diddy was strutting Fonzworth around so subsequent to getting away from Diddy, and supposedly getting boycotted. Fonzworth moved back to Atlanta, got hitched to a lady named Grovel Chambers, and invited 2 kids anyway. As per Jaguar Wright, there's a justification for why Fonzworth decided to remain in Atlanta out of every other place on earth. Now he resides in Atlanta. He's hitched, he has children, he's carrying on with her. He's carrying on with his life. I mean, yet the number of you all in the event that you've at any point resided in Atlanta. You know the larger part, the larger part of them are sexually open, gave men recently wedded and gave their life to God, and they your minister and downlet. Culture is still extremely weighty in the African American population. In Atlanta, it's entertaining on the grounds that Atlanta resembles a gay mecca. You would feel that there would be no requirement for downloading culture except for down culture, which is flourishing.